Hello everyone, it is me, Benny, back at it again with another video, and in this time I will talk about tips and tricks in Dungeon Quest. Yes, that is correct. Without further ado, I'll just finish this video pretty quickly, so let's start with tip and trick number 1. Never stand still during combat. By doing this, the enemies will hit you much easier if you stand still, so it's better to move around while attacking, because then the enemies can't really hit you that easily. Some will miss and some will follow you, but will be farther behind, so they will also miss, but you can kinda hit them because your hitbox is much larger, so it is much better to walk around instead of standing still, because when standing still you take all the hits, like you get punched, you're like a punching bag. If so, stand still, so not a smart idea. Tip number 2, focus on one of the main power types. Better spend points rationally and focus on most of the points into one major power type. By this I mean either physical or spell power, the two main ones. If you main physical, like if you do a lot of sword swinging, if you like to be up close, if you like to use the physical abilities like Gale Slice and the Whirlwind, then I recommend only upgrading on physical, because if you like doing physical stuff but you upgrade on spell as well, it's a very bad idea, because you'll be wasting points on something you won't ever use. Trust me, it's a very bad idea. The same goes for spell. Spell is more ranged, and spell can also be healers, so it's not a very smart to use on physical, because you won't be the main DPS if you're a healer, but a mage can be very good in DPS if you upgrade on spell and not on physical. So yeah, focus on one of them, not multiple. But stamina you can focus a little bit on, but not the majority of points. You can have, like, I don't know, like say I have 40 points in physical and I have 5 points in stamina and 0 in spell. It's better to have a little bit in stamina so you can get a little bit of health, but well, I don't have a lot in stamina, to be honest, and I should, but it's okay, it's an okay amount. Next tip or trick, number 3, only upgrade health on your armor and helmet. Do not do that on, you cannot upgrade health on weapons, which is why it's so much better to do it on armor, because that's the only place you can upgrade health, and it's very smart to upgrade health, because that's why I don't like spending a lot of points in stamina, because you could do it on armor instead. Well, some armors and some helmets have special, like they have more stamina, I mean more spell and physical than stamina, but either way it's much smarter to upgrade on stamina, because when you upgrade on swords, the physical or spell upgrades will be more multiplied. There will be more of it if you upgrade on the swords and not the helmets and armors. So yeah, upgrade health on armors and helmets. The 4th tip here, or trick, gather crowds in dungeons. What I mean by this is, when you walk into a room, there's like multiple groups of NPCs just standing and chilling. What you need to do is go past them, let them follow you, and go past another group and another group there again. So you have like 3 groups stacked in one, and when you use the move you attack everyone. So it is much better to gather crowds, because then you will be more efficient and you will reduce the amount of moves you have to use, and that will result in the dungeon being cleared much faster. So yes, do that. But there's a high risk. You need a lot of health, because you'll get hit a lot if you somehow get close to them, and you need to have good DPS, because if you can't kill them really fast, then it will be very difficult and you might die. So yes, leave it to the professionals. Next tip here, or trick, double up your abilities. Use the same ability 2 times. Well, like I have with my Gale Slices, I have 2 of the same abilities on 2 different hotkeys. So I use this method because I think it's much better. Well, for some moves and some abilities it's better, but most of the other moves it is not that good. So this can be both good and bad. So, but this can help it. This can shorten the cooldown and do like extra damage, but it takes up an ability spot. So it depends really. It's what your playstyle is. The next tip here, or trick, number 6, you can block the desert boss. By this I mean you can actually make him stuck. So you see the pillars next to him. You can, like, if you deal the most damage, because this is only to those who deal the most damage in the party. So what you do is hit him, and then you go behind one of the pillars, and then he will get stuck. Like, he will be stuck on the pillar trying to chase you, but you can't get past it because it's a solid block. So what you can do then is just hit him while he's stuck there, but he will try to slip away. He can actually, like, he slowly goes to the side, so you need to counteract to that. The 7th tip here, and this is for very low level players, ask for equipment. By this, there's a low chance, but if you ask people, they might give you some old equipment that they don't need anymore. Because, like, let's say you're level 1, you just started, and you need some, I don't know, you just want some starting gear, some good starting gear. Ask some of the other people around if they want to trade you some, or give you some. If I ask a level 12 for some armor or weapons as a level 1, maybe he will give me some that is fitting for my level, because he is probably high level, but maybe he hasn't sold every starter weapon or starter equipment that he has. So he can trade it to me, and I can have a better use of it than he does. So it's a win-win, so to say. He gets rid of the equipment, and the other guy gets the benefits of it. Don't ask any very high levels, because they are guaranteed to not have any starter gear. That is just a waste of, like, time to talk to them, because no, it won't work. They will probably ignore you as well. Yeah, and if anyone refuses to give you stuff, don't annoy them. Don't mass spam them. Don't continue asking them, because no's a no. You can't really change that, can you? No. But anyways, that was that. And the last tip here, or trick, number 8, make sure there's at least one healer in the dungeon. This is very important when doing hardcore dungeons, because in hardcore dungeons, it's smart and efficient to have a main healer. It's very rare to meet a main healer, but there's always some people with healing abilities that kind of partially main healing, or partially have healing in case of these scenarios. But if everyone in your dungeon doesn't have healing thing, but if you do, you should take that role, because if the chances are, if none of them are a healer, then they're all a damage dealing person. So let them do the hard work while you just slack back and just heal them. Basically, it's free gear, but you just have to heal them. But yeah, that was all the tips and tricks I could find out. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Said don't take no breaks, ain't no way at your face. I'm on rage, watch them separate, watch me desecrate on the stage, bout to fucking slay. Watch you ride away, so we say, no, I don't take no breaks, I don't take no breaks. I got a lot on my plate, they owe me dead every day, they owe me dead